Welcome. Now we know how to move around our viewport. Okay, let's create some objects. So from here, you can see this plus button. This means that this tab has everything that allows us to create something inside viewport. So this is the create tab. Then inside create tab, we have multiple sections: geometry, shapes, lights, and so on. I will teach you every single one of them. Now we are on object section. So let's delete this box and let's create a box. So to create the box, select the box, hold the left click and move your mouse. And right now you are defining the length and width of your box. You can see length and width changing here. Okay. So right now I am defining the length and width of my box. So I am okay with this length and width. Hold, if you are okay with this length and width, release the mouse button and now you can change the height like this. And then your box is created. But your box button is still selected, which means that you can create another box. You can create another box. You can create another, 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 and another. Now, after creating your all of the boxes, you don't you want to deselect this button, just do the right click. And now you can see nothing is selected here. So we have created multiple boxes. Okay. You can orbit around the scene by holding Alt and middle mouse button. Okay. Now, what if you want to change the width, length, and height of your box? Because you are not going to create a perfect box according to your need like this sometimes. Okay. So you can just select your box, go to modify panel. So this is the modify panel which allows us to modify our objects. Right now we are seeing some basic parameters like length, width, height, and length, width, height segments. I will explain these three later, but here if you want to change length, you can change the length, you can change the width, you can change the height. Now what I am doing, I am modifying my object. So this modification is being done inside modify panel. Apart from these parameters, we can also modify lot of things about these objects. So this is the list of modifiers that we can use on this object. And there are so many. Don't worry, I will teach you almost all of them. We are going to use all of them. Okay, so right now we don't want any of them. So we have our box in our scene. Okay, right now you can see our boxes have multiple colors: green, pink. So if you want to change the color, you can just go here and you can change it. Now color has been changed. Now one more important tip. So while you are creating your scene, always remember to name your objects. So here you can see my box name is box 001. So this is not the good practice to work on your scene. Always give it some name so that you can understand eh, what kind of object it is representing. For example, this box is the tall box. So I'm going to change its name to tall box. And now from here I can easily select the tall box like this. So always remember to create your object and then give it some name and you can modify it it color. Right now, this is just the basic color. In later videos, we will create reflection, refraction, and all of those things. So if you go to modify panel, you can also change the name and color from here. So what we have learned in this video, we have learned this create panel to create a box by holding the left click, releasing it, and creating the height, and then right click to deselect the box button. And now we can select our box, we can change its name, we can modify its length, width, and height. So that's it for this video. Now you know how to create boxes in 3ds Max.